This is a presentation of OCAmedia Sports. OCAmedia Sports presents Friday Night Live. This program brought to you by Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. Tonight, Oregon takes on the Monroe Cheesemakers.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sean Bull here along with Kermit Traska. Tonight is January 27th, 2017, and we are excited to bring you a great game tonight, the Oregon Panthers versus the Monroe Cheesemakers. How are you doing tonight, Kermit?
Sean, it's good sitting beside you again. Last year, Sean was running the camera for OCAmedia and said, I'd like to try announcing. So he sat in the chair beside me and started announcing, and good enough that when I had vacation, he took over. This fall, Sean came and said, I'd like to do basketball again, so he's been the voice of Oregon girls and boys basketball. So, Sean, it's always nice to have the student become the teacher.
Oh, it's been a great opportunity to do this whole thing. I've been very glad to be able to cover the Oregon Panthers this year, both the boys and the girls. We've got the boys varsity tonight, and I'm really excited to see what we've got in store. In fact, for that, I got an interview just before this with Coach John Nedelkoff, head coach of the Oregon Panthers. Let's go ahead and take a look at what John Nedelkoff had to say about his team.
Coach, you've been on something of a win streak these last 3 games. What have you been doing differently that's been such a success?
Scoring more points than the other team. No, really, biggest thing is we probably made a few plays at certain points of the game, either to create momentum or stem the momentum of another team. Not a lot different of X's and O's, but one thing is, like I said, certain key parts of the game we've made a play when we needed to, but we have still a long ways to go. We still need to be strong with the ball, still need to deliver the ball when guys are open, and then finish when we have a chance.
Similarly, Monroe has been doing all right for themselves. They won their last game by a margin of 30 points. What's your strategy tonight for combating that?
Bottom line is you got to outwork them. You can't let their fringe-type physicalness get to you. That means not get sped up. We got to attack their pressure. Somebody tries to get into your shadow, you got to attack their shadow. And we can't get sped up and still have that poise and purpose to score. Defensively, keep them off the boards. Even though they're mostly wings and guards, they have a lot of physicality, a very experienced number of guys that played 3-4 years on the varsity. And we got to counter that with our own, just the idea of getting better each possession.
Do you have a player of the game, or what do you want us to look for out on the court tonight?
Biggest thing is who wins the 50-50 balls. Who wins the loose balls, who wins those balls that are kind of loose for a little while around the bucket, maybe put one in, maybe get a quick transition bucket, because bottom line is sometimes most of the time in the Badger Conference, whoever wins that, the 50-50 or a couple more transition buckets comes out on top.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
It's always good to hear from the coach just before the game, get his perspective on things. Oregon is coming home this week off a solid 7-point win over Reedsburg a week ago. That win at the Badger Challenge Conference tournament was their 3rd win in a row. Despite that, Oregon's only Badger South win is over Milton 2 weeks ago. However, between tonight and next week's game at Monroe High School, the Panthers have a great chance to vault over the Cheesemakers and better their overall conference standing. They are near the bottom of the Badger Conference at the moment, but that could change within these next couple games. The Badger Challenge tournament wasn't so kind to everyone in the South. Friday, Stoughton finally took its first loss of the season to its Badger North equivalent, Wanakee. Monroe also took a 14-point loss to the Mount Horeb Vikings at the Badger Challenge again on Saturday. I started researching for this game on Monday. At that time, Monroe and Oregon's overall records were actually tied at 6-7 for both. However, on Tuesday, the Cheesemakers headed over the border to Lena, Illinois. They beat the Lena Winslow Panthers by 31 points. So, now Monroe is sitting at a perfect 7-7, half and half win-loss. And the Cheesemakers are coming in this game at an average of 65.5 points per game, while the Panthers average 45.7. So a little of a disparity there, but nothing that some good strategy and play can't overcome. There's all sorts of variables we can get into tonight. Let's see, they beat.
Interesting, Sean, how Oregon at 6-7 overall and 1-4 in the conference is going to match up against Monroe, as you said. Monroe is at 2-6. I'm sorry, 2-3 in the conference, 7-7 overall. But it should match up pretty evenly between the two teams tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a chance of a great game here. We could have a near equal score all the way to the end. You might hear, folks, we've got the Panthers pep band just to our right over here, and they're going to be providing music for the first half of the game for us. So you'll be getting a little taste of that through our mics probably.
And along that line, I was in school today and walking down the hallway, and the substitute band director is my nephew, Mark Powell.
Yeah, I was surprised to learn that. That's, I've had him as a substitute band teacher all the way back since 5th grade, and, it's a very small world, or town, at least.
And then in Oregon, music is a very big part of the overall school program.
Oh, absolutely,
whether it's band music, orchestra, choral, whatever.
Yeah, our summer marching band program is huge. I mean, they just keep getting more involved and winning more accolades every summer. So it's nice to see Oregon students succeeding in all sorts of areas outside of the classroom.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Friday Night Live. This is the third Friday Night Live that's come along. There's been a hockey game, then last week the girls' basketball game, this week the boys' basketball game. So it's a new endeavor for OCAmedia to come out live like this. The number of students working with us is really great. Picked up a couple new students for the game tonight, and so the expansion of OCAmedia into this Friday Night Live is really a good venture.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite things we've ever done by far. Like just this whole setup we've got here and this whole opportunity to bring live sports to everyone out in the Oregon community is fantastic. It's something I never thought I'd get to experience, quite honestly, but it's great that the Oregon School District is partnering with us to help us do this.
Sure, we've got 4 cameras going, and it'll be interesting to see how these new students pick up and really do a good job on shooting the game tonight.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard some rumors that we might actually be partnering more closely even with the Oregon School District. You're the boss around here. You want to tell me what's going on?
Sure. We've come to an agreement where OCAmedia is going to be moving to the high school. Today we're here, looked at the room, met with Charter Cable, and we have to get the Charter Cable into the building so that we can get the signal back out. So the room's available now. We're figuring the complete move will be completed by the end of March.
That'll be fantastic to have even more partnership with the school district, more opportunities for students to help out their community by working with us, and just a better time for all. I think it's about time we moved out of our Market Street office, but it'll be good. It'll be a good change to be in this school, and it's nice because they've got some room to host us now that they've been doing all these renovations.
That's right, and we're really looking forward to it and expanding to more students, partnering with some activities with the high school and other schools in the district. And students will be able to just walk down the hall and do some editing, do some work on documentary work on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So right we'll have like a video lab for them
We've
to
got,
work on.
yeah, that'll be great. We've got just a little bit before the game starts, and we'll take you down to the court. But first, we'd like to bring you a quick message from our sponsors, and we'll be back.
Presented tonight by the Oregon Varsity Band under the direction of Mr. Mark Howell.
All right, we got a good one here tonight. Thank you to the Oregon Varsity Band and your nephew.
Now, here are tonight's starting lineup. For the Monona Cheesemakers, at forward is 6'2" senior number 15, Carter Saudi. At forward is 6'3" senior number 20, Dylan Beaver. Starting at guard is 6'1" senior number 24, Jake Hines. At guard is 6' senior number 25, Alex Cordo. And at forward is 6'1" junior number 34, Jonah Osrud. The Cheesemakers are coached by Brian Bassett. And now for your Oregon Pittsburgh! Out of the guard, a 5'10" senior, number 3, Christian Bolton. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 5, Ian Murphy.
Sean, it'll be interesting to see how the big guys pair up. Alex Tordoff for Monroe is scoring 16.4 points per game. So he's quite a scoring machine out there. At 6 foot, he's a senior. The high scorer for Oregon is Christian Boltman at 9.8 points per game. A 5'10 senior also. But it looks like the big men out front, Tordoff, is the guy to watch tonight.
Yeah. I also noticed their number 2 scorer from Monroe, Braden Zettel, was not in the starting lineup. So we'll see if they're saving him for later or
if he even showed up for
yeah,
the game.
if he's injured or something. Matt Pearson wins the tip-off for Oregon, and Christian Boltman taking the ball down quickly now. Passes over to Ian Murphy, over to Pearson. And a little inward to Moravec. Moravec can't take it in. Passes back out to Boltman. Pearson, again looking to direct now. Nothing so far inside the lane. Christian Boltman now with the ball back out past the 3-point line. Panthers are running a pretty standard swing offense, looking for any gaps which have yet to appear in the Monroe defense. Michael Landry going for the initial 3. But that's not going to work out. He was a little too soft on that throw. Monroe taking the ball now. That's Alex Tordoff now with the ball passing over. Tordoff again tried to drive inside, but he was stopped up by Matt Pearson. Ball swinging around again. Tordoff's going to pull up a little farther than the free throw line. And Tordoff scores the first 2 points of the game. Panthers are looking to drive again. They've got Stephen Moravec underneath, and Moravec's shot goes up, rolls off the rim, and into the basket. Now got 16 minutes left in the half, and that ball was just chucked all the way past the end line. Oregon's going to get it back.
Full court press to put a little pressure on Oregon, but Oregon easily breaks it.
Ian Murphy passes back over to Boltman. Sort of a give and go there, but Murphy was stopped up.
Looks to be pretty much a man-to-man defense for Monroe tonight.
Yeah, Monroe is doing a great job of preventing the Panthers from getting any meaningful motion in towards the basket. Matt Pearson looking for a place to toss.
Oh, a 3-second violation.
Yeah. Carter Saudy of Monroe now with the ball. Passes over to Dylan Beaver.
He's going to get a foul on number 24 for Monroe. He pushed the Oregon player all the way across the free throw lane.
That'll do it. Oregon passed through that press pretty easily there. Stephen Moravec now in a little bit of trouble.
Was hit in the face. It'll be the second foul. So 2 fouls on Monroe, both on the same guy.
There's Braden Zettel. That's number 11 there. He's Monroe's second highest average scorer. Evidently not injured tonight. Christian Voltman with the ball now. Passes over to Landry to Pearson, heading around the arc. A lot of movement underneath the basket, but the Panthers cannot get open so far. Ian Murphy takes it in, passes to Stephen Moravec, and Moravec scores again. So far, this is an Alex Tordoff, Stephen Moravec battle with everybody else pretty much assisting and playing defense. Score is 4-4. Your time 13:25 left in the half. Pass got caught up in some legs. Moravec tried to save it. But that's going to go back to Monroe as Oregon resets for defense. Can't decide if that move from Nick Schumacher was some fancy over-the-shoulder ball handling or if he just lost it for a second there. Zettel pulls up. Braden Zettel scored a nice three-point shot there. Matt Pearson did a terrific job driving through those defenders, but Matt Pearson is going to get that ball taken away.
So the alternating possession goes to Oregon. We'll see what kind of out-of-bounds play they have right under their basket. This is stolen basketball play.
Yeah, Ian Murphy couldn't get it over the hands of the defender. Braden Zettel with the ball again.
Looks like Zettel's not afraid to take those three-pointers.
Yeah. Ian Murphy swaps out Ethan Victorson, takes to the court now for Oregon. Number 4 is sort of our version of Braden Zettel. He's been a powerhouse in past games for three-point shots. Moravec now with the ball, drives to the net. Moravec's going to be shooting 2. First one short. Moravec's going to get to try again.
A little more oomph behind this one. Get it to the basket. And he did.
After all that effort, Moravec got to swap out for the first time this game. Colin Gahagan is now taking his place. Monroe takes the long inbound option to number 4, David Keegan. Passes it over to Tyler Elmer. Zettel's working on the inside now.
That was a wide open lane to the basket. I think we'll get a foul on Michael Landry. Coach Nedeljkov very animated, trying to get his team to get up closer to the defend a little closer.
Coach has always got instructions for his players. Always got a little helping tip or two. David Keegan brings you another three-point basket from Monroe.
So with that, Monroe doubled the score. Monroe now 10, Oregon 5. And Oregon had the first couple baskets, but have not been able to get it near the basket since then.
Yeah, as great as that would be for Moravec's highlight reel, we can't have Stephen Moravec scoring all the baskets tonight. At some point, Oregon has to find a greater team chemistry. And we're going to take a timeout. Folks, we want to remind you that this program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. First and foremost, the people making all this live stuff possible, Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. Thank you so much to Oregon Community Bank for sponsoring Friday Night Live. In addition, William R. Torhurst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care, close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for more details. OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support.
Just a quick time out there, and we'll see what Coach Nedeljkov offered his boys to do.
Ethan Victorson was at the top of the key with the ball, moved over to Christian Boltman now. Ian Murphy, they're just passing it over the top, and now Matt Pearson inside. Because of the Monroe foul, Pearson's basket is invalid. Murphy's going to inbound.
Oh! Thought the player was there, but the player went to the outside instead of inside and threw the ball out of bounds.
Saudi scores for Monroe.
Had to go up high to get it over the Oregon player.
Matt Pearson's going to drive, passes to Stephen Moravec. And Ethan Victorson nearly had that three, but it bounced out.
Oh, my.
Alex Tordoff.
He had a spin move, still went up, put it off the backboard and into the basket.
Flawless. He had to have that speed in order to get around the Oregon defense. They tried to replicate that speed on that play, and it was just a little too fast for him.
The Oregon student section's getting into it.
Yeah, we got a decent-sized student section tonight, that's for sure. If I'm not mistaken, given all the plaid shirts and camo I see, must be some sort of country theme to, poke a little fun at our neighbors to the south. As is tradition, you get a more rural team in here. You get the country theme. You get Edgewood. You get everyone dressed up like they're bankers' kids. It's just how the way it goes. Christian Boltman passes over now to Michael Landry. Landry looking to pass to Moravec. So far, Monroe has had a very energetic man-to-man defense that Oregon has had a problem shaking.
Oregon puts it up and off the rim a lot. They're getting some of the shots, but they're not going in.
If you're watching this live at home, there's plenty of ways to get coverage of this. Don't go anywhere, but if there's somebody you know who can't get to a TV or a computer to watch us, there are 2 separate radio stations also covering this. We got a big Badger South rivalry tonight.
But one thing's for certain, it's not going to be a high-scoring game from the looks of it.
Yeah. Both Monroe and Oregon have had their 70-point games here and there, but this probably won't be one of them. And we're going to take a timeout once again. Oregon has not scored in about 10 minutes of play.
While the band plays, we'll see if we can get this out. OCAmedia is always looking for volunteers to record events in the Oregon community. OCAmedia has cameras and equipment available free to the Oregon community to record events. Grab a camera and a tripod when your son or daughter's playing in a game or performing on stage, and we'll put it on TV. Call our office, 291-0148, for more information. Check us out on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Just go to OCAmedia.com and follow the links.
And if you're at a game that we are covering, please feel free to send us your photos using hashtag OCA Game Day. We'll pick those up and put them on our Facebook page, and we'd be glad to have your coverage and take on every game we're at. Ian Murphy now driving the ball down. Davis Christensen gets a pass in. A little mayhem around under the basket where Matt Pearson was shooting to. Pearson's three-pointer bounced out.
And a little nudge from the Oregon player, not called by the referee. Oh, it's going to be a three-pointer.
Michael Landry putting Oregon back in the game.
Michael Landry at the line, shooting one.
Landry has the possibility of a three-point play here. It's going to bounce. Davis Christensen is going to take it back up. But it looks like they're not going to count it. Yeah.
Christensen, his first, team's third.
We had a push inside.
Another foul is on Tyler Elmer, his first, team's sixth.
Tyler Elmer, little push off to get into the open, and the referee saw it.
Boltman started his drive, knew he couldn't get any farther. Pass to Matt Pearson. Matt took the shot and laid himself out there. But no basket for Oregon this play.
Ultimate basketball on that end. Good coverage by Oregon on defense. But not there.
Oregon foul is on Michael Landry, his second, team's fourth. Hunter Ward behind shooting two.
First point for Hunter Ward tonight.
Now waiting for Oregon, Ethan Victorson.
Ethan Victorson switches in for Michael Landry.
And in for Monroe, Alex Hornoff.
See what the referee's talking to the scorekeeper about. You notice something. These players have all been in. It's not that it's a player perhaps that wasn't in the book, but they've all been in before.
Ian Murphy passes over to Boltman to Victorson. Davis Christensen was the only one underneath. He was covered up until now. Davis Christensen shoots right over the top of his defenders. No problem. And he gets that rebound too. 4 minutes left in this half. Score is now 9-15.
So the last 4 points came from Oregon.
And Ethan Victorson rains down a three, brings Oregon into double digits, and we're at a 3-point game. Inbound from Matt Pearson to Ian Murphy. Ball goes over to Christian Boltman. Matt Pearson looking for anywhere to go. Takes it over to Ethan Victorson. Everyone else moves, trying to create some outside openings. Davis Christensen.
3 seconds.
Back in. Pearson gets an unimpeded chance to close the gap even more.
See if he can get on the scoreboard tonight with a couple free throws off the back of the rim. I think that'll be on number 5, Ian Murphy. Oh,
Now we must have missed that one.
I didn't see Davis in the area of the foul, but the replay will show it to us.
Oregon does a good job securing the rebound. Christian Boltman passes over to Ethan Victorson. Matt Pearson. Knocks down a three and ties the game. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Well, all right, there goes your tie, but still.
But there it was a run. Oregon had 5 and Monroe 15, so Oregon caught up to 15. They had that 10-point run. So a good run by Oregon.
Pass out to Davis Christensen. He almost wasn't ready for that.
Caught it right in the belly.
Nice block from Pearson. Carter Soddy widens Monroe's lead, and he has the ball now.
Good play by Ethan Victorson, knocking the ball away right into the bench of Oregon. And a Monroe timeout.
Timeout Monroe, 30 seconds.
So with a minute 12, we'll see what Coach Nedelkoff is going to do to try to get back even again before halftime.
Yeah, they could very easily go into this half completely tied up. And as of now, there is very little indication as of which way this game will go. Each team has been able to get some momentum in various parts. So far, it has mostly been dominated by Monroe, but that could change at a moment's notice.
Sure. Monroe has 7 fouls, Oregon only 5. So we're down to almost the last minute of play, and Monroe's not in the 1-and-1 free throw situation yet. He pulled the ball back, slid his feet back also, and called for traveling.
Long pass intercepted by Carter Soddy.
The kind of pass that makes the coach want to talk to you at halftime.
45 seconds. Christian Boltman looking to make one last solid play here. Ethan Victorson takes it for 3. Ethan Victorson brings the Panthers within 3 points of the Monroe Cheesemakers. Alex Tordoff going to take the last shot. And there's your half. 18-24. 6-point lead by the Monroe Cheesemakers. So far, Kermit, the game has been somewhat dominated by Monroe. I mean, after those first 5 points by Stephen Moravec, Oregon couldn't score for a very long time. Then Oregon came back, closed the gap, and it was really anyone's game until, I mean, that last intercepted long bomb was really a critical play.
Well, one of the things I see is Christian Boltman doesn't have a point yet.
Yeah.
Ethan Victorson has 6. Those 2 3-pointers right near the end of the half. And Stephen Moravec with 5 points. Michael Landry with 2 points. Matt Pearson with 2. And Davis Christensen with 2. So not a lot of scoring by Oregon, and even the high scorer hasn't scored yet.
Yeah, their traditional leaders have somewhat fallen off here in this game. It looks like the dance team is performing, so maybe if we can go down to the court for that.
There's 11 so far. I'm going to run to the...
This program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital. Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza. A little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the community of Oregon. A special thanks to the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support.
At Oregon Community Bank, our purpose for over 38 years has been to serve our customers. Our goal is to help them improve their financial lives with innovative banking products and services, coupled with unparalleled customer service. Doing banking the right way, bringing our skills and expertise to improve the financial stability to individuals and businesses is how we have grown. We call this Feel Good Banking. So give us a call. Drop into one of our convenient branches or connect online at OregonCommunityBank.com. Feel good about banking again.
This program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the community of Oregon. A special thanks to the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support.
At Oregon Community Bank, our purpose for over 38 years has been to serve our customers. Our goal is to help them improve their financial lives with innovative banking products and services, coupled with unparalleled customer service. Doing banking the right way, bringing our skills and expertise to improve the financial stability to individuals and businesses is how we have grown. We call this Feel Good Banking. So give us a call. Drop into one of our convenient branches or connect online at OregonCommunityBank.com. Feel good about banking again.
Possession to start the second half goes to Monroe.
And we're back. We are just about to start the second half of this live coverage of Oregon varsity basketball. The Panther Band is filing out behind us. We left them very little space to escape. I'm Sean Bull, and I've got Kermit Traska joining me right here in the booth.
You know, Sean, you mentioned just before the end of the half that Oregon had that long dry spell. And Oregon tied it up 15-15 with 2.5, 3 minutes to go. And from that point on, Oregon scored 3 points and Monroe scored 9 to make it the 24-18 that the score is now. So it's kind of been a game of runs. Oregon had the first one. It took Monroe a long time to get that lead, 15-5. Oregon caught up, but now lost it again right at the end of the half. So Oregon's going to have to be more consistent.
Yeah, Oregon definitely has some consistency issues here down in the court. Monroe is getting the ball for the second half here.
The other thing we should mention that the high scorer for Monroe, Alex Tordorf, has 11 points already. He's only averaging 16 points per game, so he's almost at his game average already.
Now, of course, if he perfectly followed his average, he'd get tired pretty soon into the first part of the second half here, but probably not how that's going to end up. So Oregon will definitely have to clamp down on Tordorf quite a bit more. And that second free throw is going to be good. So Stephen Moravec, looking for a place to pass. Christian Boltman is now going to take the ball down.
Nice left-handed put-up. 4 points now for Michael Landry. All the way across, never touched the rim, just off the far side of the backboard.
Banked it right into Landry's waiting arms. And Matt Pearson is now looking to pass over to Boltman. Back to Pearson once again. Oregon moving, looking to create any sort of opening.
Ran into two players.
Yeah.
That'll be 3 fouls on Jake Kind. So far in the game, Oregon hasn't been fouling very much. Monroe has created quite a few more fouls.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you see sometimes in these Badger South rivalries that build over the years, is that it becomes a dirty game sometimes. We saw that in the game against Edgewood much earlier in this year, is that there was quite a lot of fouling from both teams. But so far, it's been fairly clean for both, especially Oregon tonight.
Actually, the game is going along pretty good. It's only 8:15, and we're almost a quarter of the way through the second half.
Murphy looked for an outlet, couldn't find one, had to drive in to make one himself. Matt Pearson gonna pull up, shoot. Matt Pearson brings the game within 3 points. Scores 22-25.
Oh, nice block. I think that was Michael Landry that blocked that. Michael Landry got a three-pointer.
And that brings the game up to a tie.
So Michael Landry has two-point field goals, and now that three-pointer gives him 7 points for the game.
Yeah, this is starting to look like one you're going to want to watch again, folks. And we're going to have this up on YouTube, but also, if you want your very own copies of this and all OCAmedia programs are available. Call 291-0148 or visit OCAmedia.com for more information. Inquire to us. We'll make you your very own DVD of this game.
Oh. Went accidentally off somebody's foot, but it's still called a football.
Yeah, it's any sort of movement off the foot is going to result in kicking.
Oh. Little bit of contact there, initiated by the Monroe player, but
yeah, Jonah Tostra nearly still made that even as he was falling. Tordoff intercepts the pass, and he's going to drive. Moravec pulls down the rebound.
Now Monroe has missed a couple, put them up by the basket and not gone in, so that's allowed Oregon to keep even here. But that's the second time now in a row where Oregon has passed into the middle and it's been stolen by Monroe.
That pass to Matt Pearson was nearly knocked out again.
Timeout, Oregon.
Timeout, Oregon.
And he wants a full timeout.
Well, we've got We've got at least half a dozen people working here to make sure this all goes relatively smoothly, but not everything we do is so high stakes. OCA Media is always looking for volunteers to help record events in the Oregon community, and usually it's just one dude and a camera. If that sounds interesting to you, OCA Media has cameras and equipment available free to the Oregon community to record events. Grab a camera and tripod when your son or daughter is playing in a game or performing on stage, and we'll put them on TV. Call 291-0148 for more information.
I think we can also note that the students, if you do this, you can get your community service volunteer time.
Yeah, you don't have to be one of our employees necessarily, go through all the trouble of filling out a work form and all that. Just, hey, volunteer your time. Film something you're passionate about. Also, check us out on our Facebook page, and we have a YouTube channel as well. To find either of those, go to OCAmedia.com.
And the Facebook page is very active. There's several posts each day on the Facebook page of things that are going on in Oregon. For instance, they would have promoted the game here tonight. The days that school was closed, immediately goes up in the morning that the school was closed. So lots of information on our Facebook and on our webpage.
Also, if you want to contribute to that distribution of news from Oregon, if you're at an event that we're filming, send us your photos. With hashtag OCA Game Day, Stephen Moravec's pulling up there, but his shot bounces twice and it's no good.
It's been about 2 minutes now where it's been 25 tied.
Alex Tordoff had a near unimpeded way to the basket, but Michael Landry got him stopped just in time. No score from Tordoff.
Monroe's still in that man-to-man defense.
So far, that seems to be working out for them pretty well.
Going to be a foul on number 4, David Keegan, for Monroe.
David Keegan, his first, team second. Now in for Monroe, Hunter Ward.
Victorson spins around with that pass, passes over to Murphy. Murphy back to him, and now he's back to Murphy inside to Michael Landry, who's fighting for the ball. Jump, and that's going to go back to Oregon. Christian Boltman with the three.
Oh, over the top. Michael Landry. Oh, that's his 4th foul.
Michael Landry, his fourth, team second. Now in for Oregon, Matt Pearson.
I mentioned there weren't many fouls by Oregon, but they just happened to all be on the same guy.
Yeah, Michael Landry puts up a lot of effort. Very often happens to be in the middle. And that looks like that's going to be one off Moravec.
Stephen Moravec is first, team third. Braden Settle at the line, shooting 2.
Settle starts his shot with a deep squat. That first one's no good.
Zettel is the second highest scorer for Monroe, averaging 11 points. So far only has 3. And we've been able to keep Tordoff silent so far in the second half.
Ethan Victorson under some pressure. Ian Murphy was coming past to Matt Pearson, nearly quadruple guarded in there.
They got the ball in
Matt
Morovic.
Pearson popped up a three with no good. That's back out to him to try again. Matt Pearson, and Oregon takes the lead for the first time in forever in this game.
We got Christian Boltman with a foul.
Oregon fouls on Christian Bolton, his second, team's fourth.
Good rebound there by Stephen Morovic.
Morovic
Got
has
to go up
underneath.
right away.
Boltman works the ball out of double coverage. And Matt Pearson rolls one in.
Ten points now for Matt Pearson. He averages about 8 points per game,
Yeah,
so
this
he's
is-
above his game average.
He's made quite a contribution so far. And we still have almost 10 minutes left to go.
Monroe coach calls timeout. 9:55 remaining here in the second half. The referees having a little discussion because they were looking at each other. Which way is the ball going to go when it comes back in play?
Yeah, so far Oregon has been able to get its offensive capabilities sort of put more front and center, and they've been able to stop Monroe from making a shot every play like they were in the first half.
It's really interesting. Monroe put those balls up in the first half, and they were going in. There's been 5 or 6 now in the second half where they've put the ball up, but it's bounced away. So that's Oregon's been able to get that 4-point lead here in the second half. You mentioned Michael Landry with 7 points. Matt Pearson with 10 points. So Oregon has been doing some scoring. Let's hope they keep it up. And maybe now that's with Monroe calling that timeout, trying to cool Oregon off a little bit. Let's hope Oregon keeps going.
Panthers return to the court now. Ethan Vickerson, Matt Pearson, Stephen Morvick, Christian Boltman, and Ian Murphy on defense.
Another off the rim for Monroe, picked up by Oregon.
Matt Pearson drives, has nowhere to go.
Monroe fouls on Nick Schumacher, his second, team's third.
Long inbound to Ethan Vickerson. Ethan Murphy now looking where to direct the ball. Over to Vickerson again. Nobody underneath the basket. Stephen Morvick moving there now. And Matt Pearson going to take it long.
Oh! What a play by Stephen Morovic.
That was a perfect bounce right off the chest of the Monroe player. Out of bounds. Oregon gets to keep it.
Bieber and Jonah Osprey.
Christian Boltman passes over to Ethan Vickerson. Matt Pearson now holding on. Boltman's going to take it from the free throw line.
Oh, just off the front of the rim.
Nearly lost control of the ball there. Monroe's going to spin around. No good. Matt Pearson looking to pass out over to Ian Murphy. Ian Murphy sort of rolled off the back. Braden Zettel there. But Stephen Moravec knocks down another one. And the crowd is getting only louder and louder here in the OHS gymnasium tonight. We've got 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in regulation, and Oregon has put itself so far in a good position for an upset.
There'll be a foul inside on number 20. So Oregon looking for position under the basket, and Monroe's been pushing them to the outside. They've been caught by the referee.
Christian Boltman's going to pull up for the three, but Matt Pearson manages to recover. Great passes by Oregon. Brings it into Ethan Victorson. He makes that play. Matt Pearson a little too enthusiastic on hacking on that ball.
Tordoff with 11 points in the first half. That's his first point here in the second half. So he now has 12.
So far, Oregon has done a good job of shutting Tordoff down on traditional offense, but Tordoff can shoot free throws just as well. Victorson now looking to pass over to Boltman. Matt Pearson. Nobody's able to find a way in, but Matt Pearson's inside the three-point arc. Still had nowhere to take the ball. Boltman will wait for the play to set up. Give and go. Moravec to Victorson, but Monroe managed to intercept. 6 minutes left, and Monroe is looking to take their momentum back. Braden Zettel brings the game to within 3.
Zettel averaging 11 points, now has 6. So Oregon's been able to keep him down.
Stephen
Moravec is going to set up for some more threes. I mean, Moravec going for 2 free throw shots here. Nearly bounces in.
Now in for Monroe, Coleman Edwards.
Stephen has 7 points so far. Let's see if he'd make it 8. And he does. Oh, good knockaway there by Stephen Moravec.
Monroe basket by Logan Edwards.
Oregon so far holds on to their 2-point lead, and they're just swinging the ball around the 3-point arc. The ball has not even crossed it yet. Christian Boltman will take it barely over and back. Just over 4 minutes left in the game. Pass over to Ethan Victorson at the top. Ian Murphy now switching places with him at the ball. Christian Boltman sitting up high.
Really tight defense by Monroe.
Good effort from Ethan Victorson, but he's going to pick up the foul anyway. Possession goes back to Monroe. The ball's loose, but Monroe recovers. Pearson manages to secure the rebound. No score from Monroe on that play.
Coach Nedelkoff's going to take a timeout.
Timeout forward. Timeout.
It'll be interesting now, Sean, what Coach Nedelkoff does. We've got the 2-point lead, and they're going to be aggressive and try to score some points, spread the lead a little bit, or sit back and just maintain the 2-point lead that we do have, because a 3-pointer could turn things around for Monroe too.
Yeah, I think they're going to want a little more of a cushion overall on their lead. But if Coach Nedelkoff is comfortable just keeping that little gap between the teams, then he could easily win by just holding on to that space, and that's all he needs.
But Oregon is going to have to score again. They're not going to be able to just rely on this 2 points that they have now. So we'll see what they've done. The defense, the man-to-man defense that Monroe has been having has been really tough. They're right in the face of the Oregon players, and that last charging foul that was called under the basket is an example of that, where the Oregon player just couldn't get away from the defender.
Oh, absolutely. I think in this case, you might actually want to opt for a more conservative approach to offense here. And not that they're just going to want to entirely sit on that 2-point lead, but with Monroe being as aggressive as they are, there's very little reason to take unnecessary risks where the defense could just steal away the ball. Now Michael Landry's underneath. The ball rolls in. Michael Landry.
9 points for Michael Landry now. And again, the ball rolls away from Monroe. Oregon picks up the ball, brings it back.
And Monroe had 2 opportunities to score there, but Oregon managed to hold them away. Christian Boltman drives all the way to the middle of the lane.
But there were a whole lot bigger guys standing there around him.
Victorson looking for an outlet, finds Matt Pearson, but Pearson is in no better of a spot, really. Ian Murphy goes over to Boltman. Boltman's going to drive again. And due to a kicking, Oregon's going to get to keep the ball.
Oregon's really working at keeping the ball away from Monroe.
Really, for the next minute, that's all they have to do. They hold a 4-point lead, and if they can maintain it, then even a last-minute 3-point shot effort from Monroe will not be enough to tie up the game.
And you recall what Aaron Rodgers said when they were playing the Giants when there was 33 seconds left?
I don't think I've heard that story. I was just too busy being nervous on my basement couch.
He said there's too much time, thinking that the Packers were going to score and the Giants could come back and score again.
That's true, yeah, I mean...
so this could be too much time that Oregon gets these free throws that'll put them up by 6. A little more comfort zone there, but Oregon's still going to have to get a couple points to keep it a little bit comfortable here.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to get an exactly Packers-style victory here tonight. There's going to be no 50-yard goals into the basket tonight. I mean, unless somebody can knock out a few ceiling tiles here to make that arc happen. But in any case, it's going to be a good game, probably a very dramatic ending, and we are headed in to the last minute of the regulation.
You know, I'm looking over the scores, and Christian Boltman doesn't have any points yet.
That's really pretty remarkable for a game. I mean, he's still had plenty of leadership in this game, and Ethan Victorson is going to be attempting.
It's a little more comfortable.
The Cheesemakers are really going to be all out, just trying to score points whenever they can at this point. Braden Zettel is driving fast.
That's okay. Take away the two-pointer and make them shoot the free throws.
Alex Tordoff has showed he has excellent free throw form, very consistent. So it's unlikely he'll miss these.
15 points now for Tordoff.
Monroe now is on Tyler Elmer, his second, team's 8.
Well, there you go. Maybe Boltman's going to get his points on the board now.
Boltman at the line, shooting one, and a one.
And he does. Kind of ruins your per game average, though.
Perhaps a little. And Monroe's really going for it now. We got 45 seconds coming up. They take the jumper. Count on their rebounding ability. Michael Landry is going to pull it down.
And that'll get Zettel, or Tordoff, rather.
Michael Landry at the line, shooting one, and one.
Landry pops it in. Oregon now has a 6-point lead.
And all of Oregon players are back on defense. None of them on the free throw lane.
No point in trying to rebound the ball there. Just try to stop Monroe from scoring anywhere near the basket. But Braden Zettel is able to bring us within 3 points once again. Ethan Victorson jogs up to the line.
So it'd be double free throws now.
Monroe,
10 points now for Ethan Victorson. And 11 points.
Panthers are hustling back on defense. No full court press here. Zettel shoots again, and that'll bounce out. Michael Landry goes to secure the ball under 10 seconds left in regulation. Carter Saudi fouls on Landry.
Michael Landry at the line, shooting two.
Michael Landry makes it an 8-point game now. And Monroe's shooting some last point shots. Oregon's going to hang on to the ball, and that's going to be the win tonight for the Oregon Panthers. Your score, 45-38. The Panthers come back to win a 4th game in a row. And the first of 2 games in a row against Monroe here. They'll be at Monroe next week. Oregon moves up to 7-7, 2-4 in the Badger South. And so very soon they could leap right over Monroe in the Badger South standing. Oregon is on its way up in the second half of the season.
And the scoring tonight, Michael Landry leads the group with 12 points. Matt Pearson with 10. Ethan Victorson with 11. Stephen Moravec with 8. And Christian Boltman, a surprise, only 2 points tonight. But 2 points came here in the free throws near the end, which gave that bit of a cushion to Oregon. Able to maintain that lead and finish out 45-38, 5-point win, or 7-point win rather. That's quite a victory.
Oregon was really able to pull it out in the end there. I mean, you can see from the energy in the house here, it's just fantastic. Everyone is excited for this win. And Oregon was able to get to firing more offensively, and that's really what happened. They also clamped down on defense on scorers like Tordoff, and they managed to improve their game in every way after coming out of that locker room for the second half.
That's right. It puts Oregon now 7-7 overall, so 50-50 wins and losses. 2-4 in the conference, moves them up a bit. That ties them now with Monroe at 2-4 in the conference as well. What's interesting, Oregon brings in Whitewater coming up on Monday to play a non-conference game right here in the Oregon Fieldhouse, and then on Thursday go down to Monroe. So it's a real quick turnaround for playing Monroe again.
Yeah, Whitewater is near the bottom of the Rock Valley North Conference, so that should be a close game. Pretty easy to win for Oregon, though, I think. And so they'll possibly, quite likely, be on a 5-win streak coming into their game at Monroe. So we'll see how that matchup turns out again late next week.
Sure, it's very interesting how it turned out tonight. The one leading scorer for Monroe, Tordoff, was able to score a majority of the points for Monroe, but their second scorer was held down. Same with Oregon. The leading scorer, Christian Boltman for Oregon at 9 points, ended up with only 2. But some of the other players, Michael Landry averages 6 points, came up with 12, and Matt Pearson averaging 8 came up with 10. So it's pretty interesting how when one falls off a little bit, a couple others come up and take up the slack.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily think it was a falling off on Christian Boltman's part. It was just he was busy directing the team, and he knew where the ball needed to be passed, and so he offloaded some of his usual scoring to the others, and the team as a whole made it happen.
And I think a lot of it was that defense by Oregon in the second half, which kept Monroe from taking the easy shots. They had some tough shots, hit the rim and bounced away. Oregon was able to get the rebounds and come down and score. So it was interesting how that was done. So defense on the part of Oregon really kept Monroe from scoring here at the end of the game.
Well, I think that'll just about do it for us here tonight at the Oregon Gymnasium. Thank you for tuning in to this live OCAmedia coverage, Friday Night Live of Oregon varsity basketball. I'm Sean Bull, along here with Kermit Traska. We are both very happy to be here. Thank you for tuning in to watch us and be here with us for this game. We'll be here next week, and thank you for tuning in. Have a good night.
Have a good evening.
This is a presentation of OCAmedia Sports.
This program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital. Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza. A little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the community of Oregon. A special thanks to the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support.
At Oregon Community Bank, our purpose for over 38 years has been to serve our customers. Our goal is to help them improve their financial lives with innovative banking products and services, coupled with unparalleled customer service. Doing banking the right way, bringing our skills and expertise to improve the financial stability to individuals and businesses is how we have grown. We call this Feel Good Banking. So give us a call. Drop into one of our convenient branches or connect online at OregonCommunityBank.com. Feel good about banking again.